Hey, my name's Derek with GHL Buzz, and you may or may not know me, but I run a digital marketing agency. I also have a SaaS business, and I want to speak to you today about something I think you might find interesting. If you are looking at finding a way to earn a living online and are interested in using AI technology, the client pays you, but you can do this business for free. Now, that sounds crazy, but let me bend your ear a little bit here, because what I'm offering here is a free trial of a service that will allow you to actually build your clientele before you have to pay a dime for the service. So if you're interested in earning $300 to $500 per client per month on an ongoing basis for something that only takes you about 5 minutes to set up for each client, you're going to love what we're going to talk about today. By the way, at the end of this video, I have a bonus offer that I'd like to talk to you about with some free training that comes with this, as well as a free online community to help you build your business. So what are we talking about here? Well, AI technology, of course, is the gold rush right now in business and in the marketplace because it is so beneficial to businesses that can make use of it. Now, specifically, want to talk about targeting local service businesses. So we're talking about things like plumbers, lawn care service, HVAC, electricians. Anybody that does local service businesses are going to benefit from this particular product and service that you can offer and you can start for free. So how does this work? What we're going to talk about today is actually the ability for businesses to have an AI receptionist, essentially an after hours or missed call receptionist that takes their calls for them, takes notes on the calls, books appointments, does AI intelligent things with the conversation, including understanding the products and offers of the client and able to respond to potential customer questions that may be presented to it, just like an answering service would, except without the high price of an answering service. Missed calls for local service businesses range up to about 62% specifically for local service businesses. So these are calls that go unanswered for businesses. Now, if you think about that, that means that if there's 100 calls that come in a month, so 62 of that 100 go unanswered. That means only 38 of those calls are answered. That 62% number comes from Forbes, it comes from Invoca, and their call tracking statistics that they looked into. Many businesses lack dedicated receptionists, and calls often go to voicemail. Voicemail are often skipped, missed, hung up on. People don't bother to leave a message. They would rather the convenience of talking to somebody and will simply just move on to another business. It's simple for them to do, especially in this day and age when they can just pull it up on their phone, just do scroll on the Google Maps and find another business that offers the service they're looking for. So it's crucial for businesses these days to be able to respond with a speed to lead response, even when they're unable to get to the phone. 85% of people who don't get an answer on the first call won't call back. This is from BT Business News and Forrester's. In the on-demand age, customers expect fast responses. If you don't answer, they move to the competitor. Missed calls cost local businesses an average of $1,000 to $6,000 per month in lost revenue. Even more if you consider HVAC services and stuff like that, where each client is at least a $500 paycheck for that business. So if they're missing 62 out of 100 calls, and each of those potentially could be a $500 paycheck, well, you do the math on that. Now, that's not saying that every one of those would become customers of theirs, but if they had a speed to lead response that actually answered the calls and performed the task of finding out what the issue is and what the potential client needed, that is a huge game changer for that business. So each missed call could represent a job worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. 70% of customers say they would not leave a voicemail. So this is just some stats on voicemail itself. They would rather not leave a voicemail. They'll just go on to the next available service. 60% of consumers say they prefer calling small businesses over filling out a form. So there's a lot of form hesitancy online where people just don't want to fill out a form, a contact form. They would rather talk to somebody. And this is where AI can really come in and help these businesses. Only 10% of missed calls are followed up within 30 minutes. This is another stat that's out there that actually Harvard Business took a look at, that there's amazing stats when businesses are able to answer calls and respond within 5 minutes. There's a huge flip in the success of those leads becoming actual customers. So this is where you can offer a service or a business to businesses, a B2B, that actually helps businesses and makes sense and is easy to sell to those potential businesses, to your potential clients. So let's take a look at how we could do this. Okay, so here's Google Maps. Let's do a little search here on HVAC in Tucson. So Tucson, Arizona. And what you'll notice here on the left-hand side is all of these HVAC companies. Let me zoom out a little bit. The ones that are open 24 hours are showing predominantly right now. And the reason for that is I'm actually doing this video in the evening. All of these companies have to have either an answering service or be physically open for 24 hours for them to be able to show on the map in the evening. So that is an interesting point that you can note also with your potential clients. There are some here that are closed. I think we'll be able to find them here. So this search is actually better to do during the day, but here's one that's closing soon. Closes at 10 p.m., opens at 7 a.m. They have a phone number listed here, of course, as most businesses would, but they do not have that 24-hour opening. And now this is where you can easily see that these people do not have any type of answering service with their business. So we'll just scroll down a bit more, see if we can find some others. Here's some more closed ones. Closed. So all of these are fair game for this service offer. So you can actually communicate with these. Now you may also want to take a look at how many reviews they have, because this could also be very important in your conversation for the software I'm going to show you for how to do this business, because you could also help them with their reviews. And I'll do a separate video on that as well, because that is another way of getting clients through this software system that I'm going to show you. But right here, these are all closed. That means they do not have a service. Now, what do you do to reach these clients? Well, you can do outreaches directly to them, cold calls to mention to them their service, but really the best way to do it is to demonstrate your offer. And so what do I mean by that? You can actually use this software, and I'll just show you here. This is the software that I'm speaking of here. This is my white labeled version of it, so it looks a little different than what you'll see, but it has the same features. But if you do a prospecting lookup, you can actually search for businesses, and you can get the same search results within here. Whoops, I misspelled it, of course. Let's just spell that correctly here. And what this does is it also gives you their star rating, whether they have a Google Business Profile set up, and whether they're running WordPress. And then it also shows the conversion rate on each of these different people. So if you want to do a star rating review, this is a system that you can use within this software. But basically, this is the software that I am offering to you in this video. So I'm just going to show you a test account. This is a test agency that I have set up. We're going to go down to AI agents. We're going to go to voice AI. This is all in the software. And we'll just create a new agent. And this is how simple this is to do. So we're going to call this one Sabrina. How about that? Okay, Sabrina. We can choose what voice. We're gonna call this Luscious Lawns. And let's see what Jessica. There's a bunch of different voices you can select in here. Okay, so I don't know how many there are. There's tons of them. They all have different styles. I like to use. I think it's where is it? I think it might be Jessica. Let's see.
The beginning of knowledge is the discovery of something we do not understand.
Okay, so let's use Jessica. And you can select the time zone for Jessica. So let's select Phoenix. And then it's going to do inbound calls. And here's the answering question you can have it start with. So let's go, hey, you've reached Luscious. I'm going to spell it oddly so that it pronounces it correctly. Lawn care. How can I help you? Okay, so now you've given it an introduction of how it's going to answer the calls. Then you can go next, set up the goals. So we could create a knowledge base for this. We can tell it what we want it to do. So by default, it'll connect. It can collect all of these things: name, email address, contact issue. So we'll just set all of those. We choose which user we're going to send this to. So let's go specific user, not custom, and we'll just send it to my own. And so we can trigger workflows here. So if I had this checked, I could actually set up a workflow automation that would do specific things for me when the call ends. So it could specifically send a text message to somebody, or maybe you've got a rotating group of employees that you need to have receive this message, and you can send it to each of those. You can do all types of different notification automation things with this. I'm just going to leave it blank for now. We can also switch to advanced mode, and this allows us to enter in not only knowledge-based stuff, but a prompt that we want to use for this call. So I am going to leave this prompt as it is right now. The default one in here is, it just needs some slight tweaks, but there's better ones that I create, custom ones. And so right now it has to be changed with all the correct details. So I'll just do that here. So right now it's just set up with some generic things, but you can actually get it to specifically ask for whatever actions you want it to do. So you can have it transfer calls to a live person. You can have it book appointments. You can have it trigger a workflow, send an SMS, update contacts fields, all of these different things. So if I choose book appointment, it's going to ask me to select a calendar. I am just going to select schedule an appointment. I think that's one that I have set up. Days offering dates, 3 hour slots, 3 appointment slots per day. So we'll just leave that all as the defaults right now, just for the simplicity of this. Click save. Okay, so now that's saved. We want this to be a specific user, not all admins. It's just going to be me, and we're going to go next. And now it's going to ask for the phone number. So I'm going to select a phone number here. You can buy a new number right here. Numbers cost between, depending on if you're getting a local number or a toll-free number, they range between $1 and $3 a month, $2-3. So pretty easy to buy, and you can choose what you want. I'm going to set it. I can set the working hours for this agent if I wanted to, so you can determine when it's going to be. But basically, most businesses will just set their call forwarding. So you can use call forwarding options with the business to forward to this number whenever they're unavailable. So this is how we're going to pretend this one is operating. Yes, so I am going to actually turn that on because it is going to answer all calls, and it's not going to be a backup. So in this case, I'm setting it up with all calls, and then what would happen is the business themselves, their own local number or their toll-free number would forward to this after hours or when they're busy with conditional call forwarding, which can be enabled through the telephone service for the telephone provider. So I'm going to just save this. This will enable the agent, and then what I'm going to do here is demonstrate how this works. Okay, so let's do a little call, and let's just see how this goes.
Hey, you have reached Luscious Lawns Lawn Care. How can I help you?
Yeah, I was looking to get my yard serviced if possible. front yard.
Got it. We can definitely help with that. Would you like to book an appointment for the service?
Yeah, actually, that would be great.
Awesome. I see we have your email as @gmail.com. Is that correct?
Actually, I want to use a different email address. Let's use this is just a test @gmail.com.
Thanks. Just to confirm, your email is thisisjustatest@gmail.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Great. Your email is updated. Now let's find a time for your appointment. How about Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday?
Actually, Mondays are better for me.
For next Monday, we have slots available at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 2 p.m. Which one works best for you?
Oh, let's go with 11 a.m.
Your appointment is all set for Monday, June 30th at 11 a.m. Thanks for choosing Luscious Lawns Lawn Care. Have a great day.
Oh, thank you. So are they going to be calling me back, or how is this appointment going to take place?
They'll come directly to your location at the scheduled time. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.
Okay, and what location are you coming to?
A team member will reach out to confirm the exact location details with you. Rest assured, they'll make sure everything is set up perfectly for your appointment.
Okay, great. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. If you need anything else, just let me know. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Okay, so that's how it works. Now, what it should do here is it will send me a report on this phone call, which will actually be forwarded to whoever you choose and set it up with. So this is how you set up any business. You have it set up to the main contact person that needs to receive this. If it's a managing person, or the owner themselves, or a receptionist, you would have that email communicated directly to them. And the way it comes in is it comes in the form of a summary email. So here it is here. It came in AI call recap. It says, hey, your AI employee has handled another call. The caller's name, email address, this is just a test @gmail.com, phone number, call duration, and then there's a call summary. The user called to book a lawn service appointment. The agent updated the user's email and scheduled the appointment for Monday at 11 a.m. The user was informed that a team member would confirm location details. The details collected from the contact are the phone number and the email address. And then here's the transcript of the whole call. Okay, so all of that is recorded in the system. It's also available on the AI agent in the dashboard of the business. So if we switch to that again, yeah, so it shows the number of calls that came in, what the sentiment was, how many actions were triggered from it, the caller's contact name, info, a summary of the call, which you can click and pop up, a transcript of the whole call right there, and a recording of the call, which you can listen to as well. All of these features are set up for the business in a simple manner. If you can just imagine how beneficial this is to a business to be able to capture that call, capture the details of the person, answer their questions. Now, this was set up very generically. I didn't use one of my scripted call scripts. I just used the generic ones that are included in the system already. You can make it much better to be able to ensure that it asks the location details as well as the knowledge base understanding of the business, so it can answer more specific questions about the business. All of those things can be included in this. You train it and it'll do the work for the business. And if there's any issues with it, you can also train it and correct it. So it's amazing how this system works, how easy it is to set up for clients. And once they see it, you can actually, if you already know you have a warm client that is interested in the service of AI, of a after hours AI receptionist, you can pre-set it up for their business and then demonstrate it on a live call with them. Have them even call to do it. So it's a no-brainer to sell. It's a no-brainer when you talk about the stats of how many missed calls there are. And a lot of times the businesses know exactly that they're missing calls all the time. And it's just too hard for them to capture every call. And it's too costly to hire a receptionist or a 24-hour answering service. So this is a great option for them. And if you picture the stats on that, if you're saving that business $5,000 a month in client revenue, I mean, that's just 10 clients, 10 extra clients that they may have missed each month. That adds up quickly over the year. And if they're only paying $400 a month for your service, it is a no-brainer for them. And they will stay with you. And that's the beauty of this. Now, I promise to offer you some benefits to this. So everybody that joins under my link, so if you comment below and ask for my link, just make a comment, say you're interested. I will reply with a special link for you. You will get access to this free course. Walks through how to set up a SaaS business. This is called a SaaSpreneurship. Okay, so this is the local Hero Playbook. It gives you understanding how to set up your market audit, how to capture your leads, how to nurture them, how to evangelize, how to reactivate clients, everything you need here, how to do workflows, how to prospect, closing, finding your offer, how to find ideal prospects, how to do outreach, everything you need. All of that is included in this course. This is all for free, okay? So you get this included. You also get access to the 5-day live training. So this is what you learn: how to craft your offer, how to prospect like a pro, how to close the deal, how to deliver with ease. So they actually literally show you in 5 days how to set up your business and win. Okay, so this is all for free, all included. And at the end of this, you will gain clients. Now, the way this all works is you simply comment below saying you're interested in this business. I will send you the link to get all the details. I am giving away a 30-day free trial of the software. This is an extension of the normal 14-day trial that's usually offered for the HighLevel software. You can completely white label this software, but you can try it out right here. You can choose the level you want to start with. I recommend starting with at least the unlimited level. This will give you access to everything, and you can actually go for the SaaSpreneur upgrade level, the SaaS Pro level as well. Remember, it's free for 30 days. If you go with the Pro level, everything is included in that. And then you can downgrade if you don't want to be at that level when your 30-day trial is up. So you're not being locked into that. So you can actually downgrade to the level you're more comfortable with. Remember, you have 30 days to get your first clients. Within that 30 days, you can easily be making, if you get just one client in 30 days, that's more than enough to cover your monthly fee. So depending on what you set your price point at, we recommend that you start with $300 to $500 for these clients. You get a couple of those, it's a no-brainer. It's a winning situation, and you can probably get more than a couple in that 30-day trial period. So just to wrap this up, you'll get access to the 30-day free extended trial with the AI software that will allow you enough time to land your first client, paid client, so that you're in cash flow from day one. You'll get the daily live bootcamp, the free one-on-one kickoff call, 24/7 live Zoom support, over 50 pre-built system snapshots for a bunch of different industries that you may be targeting. The local Hero Playbook training, which will help you get your first local clients. The 5-day live training, which runs every week, and you can join in. You'll also get access to the 2,800 member private Facebook group of like-minded people who are also building their SaaS businesses, and the 30 pre-built automations and workflow scripts to start off on the right foot so that you can build workflows and automations for the businesses you service. All of that plus more. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please make a comment and I will send you the link. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you on the next one.